Hey, this is Tilak. Welcome back. Welcome to our new series of tutorials. Today we are going to talk about VBCS beginner tutorial. That is a visual builder of cloud Oracle Cloud Studio. Okay, visual builder of Cloud Studio. Well, okay. It is kind of a I'm. Let me say that first. I'm not an expert in this area. I'm trying to learn. When I'm trying to learn, why I'm teaching or why I'm making a tutorial. Basically, I go through a lot of material because it is difficult to get into a technology in the beginning. Then basically you can pick up easily. So whatever I'm doing, it can help somebody else. Or I can use this video as my own reference. I can look back and see whatever I did that. For example, if I don't use this technology next 6 months, I don't remember. So it can be a kind of a reference to me. That's the reason I'm doing it. Okay, now what we are going to see. Let me first of all list out what I'm going to see, what we are going to see. Then we get into that whatever I did, like application. You can see whatever we are going to learn. Then we'll go step by step. What are we going to learn? Okay, first of all, definitely we are going to create a project and all this stuff. Within the project, we are going to learn how to define a database objects. For this tutorial, we are going to use very less of REST service. It is this, okay. For learning purpose, you don't need a REST service. You can. Okay, end of the day, the page that UI is going to use the services only. The REST service is basically coming from the DB objects. Okay, so we are going to learn how to define a DB objects. How do you create a DB object? So primary key is automatically created and different type of columns. We are going to learn that. Then basically you can define a foreign keys. Basically you can relate or link a different DB objects. When you are linking the DB object, it is also defined what happened when you are deleting the parent key. Whether you want to cascade deleting it or you want to restrict it, like that kind of things, that what you are doing in the table, the Oracle table. That's the same logic here also. That's also you can do it. You can also define a calculated columns. Either you can calculate a column or you can bring a column from the foreign key table and display it here. That kind of stuff you can do that. That we are going to see that. Then we are going to see the rule. Rule is most likely table triggers. You can you can restrict a value what is coming into a column, or you can compare a one-on-one columns. All the stuff you can do that. That we are going to learn from the DB object sides. Then what are we going to do on the UI side? UI side, first of all, we are going to understand what are the objects used by UI, like flows. What is flows? What is the page basically which is made of HTML? Then what are the different type of variables? How do we create a type like in custom type variables? Then what are the variables? There are natural variables like numbers, strings, and everything is there. Then what you can understand what is the arrays. DSP is nothing but a data service providers, which is basically use the arrays. Which is use the REST point. Then ASP, that is array service provider, which is array, which is also can use that basically DSP use the type. The type is basically coming from a endpoint. That REST service endpoints. The same way, array service provider, you can define that, which is also basically you can define array or array service providers. All these things you can do that. Then JavaScript, which is basically functions. The JavaScript can be defined in application levels, flows level, page level, or even in a different level. That variable also the same way you can define the different levels. Then action chains, which is basically a link between actions and that the UI. The action is what kind of is kind of a activity. What you can define, you can assign a variable to that, assign a value to the variables, or you can different actions you can do that. We'll see that. Then even listener, it is a kind of a trigger points when to that the action can be called. Like sometimes you want to call the actions automatically. Like for example, when you want to enter into the page, or before you are entering into the page, or when you are entering into the page, or when you are exiting the page, what's supposed to be done? You can do something. These things is a kind of automatic trigger for actions. Then the endpoints, we just understand how to test endpoints, or you can look at the endpoints from the DB object perspective. And the REST service also from the DB object perspective. What's the DB object? How the DB object look like? How it is created? Then JSON file. Like we can look at that the JSON file the two-way. The REST service, of course, is a JSON file, and also there's a JSON file in the UI side, which how that the variables or the actions the types you are creating, which is all stored in a JSON file. We can look at that too. Okay, that's all from the UI object side. Then we'll get into that what different type of UI we are creating. We create a simple file, simple file with the table. Basically, we define a table. Then the CRUD operation, we do that. Basically, we create, read, update, delete using a wizard. What happens wizards is you have a kind of a manage page which is a list of all the records. Then the wizard, we can use the wizard to create a CRUD operation. Basically, the CRUD option, every activity for creation or updation or deletion, we create a new pages. For example, you have the parent page, then you have uh, three pages for CRUD operation. That's the what wizard does it. Then we can customize it such a way that all the CRUD operation can using only one page. Like for example, you have one parent page, one child page, which is using this. The same page is used for all that creation and updation, deletion. The same page can be used. That we can do that. You can also learn how to define a pop-ups. Within the pop-ups, how to use the pop-ups for update and delete and all this stuff. That is also we can learn that. Here also we learned that how to apply a criteria to that REST files that can be applied in a two basis. If you are using DSP, like what we said there, data service provider, there's a criteria provider. If you are using the array service provider, there may not be a criteria. Then you have to use the queue parameters. We define a queue parameters to restrict the value. That is also you can see that, Then parent and child page with pop-ups, parent and child is some kind of parents. Okay, probably it goes into the parents. Then we also can learn using the table inline to create and edit and delete. With delete, possibly you need a pop-up, but create and edit. Basically, within the table you can add and edit the information. That is also we can do that. Then we can use a REST service. I mean, really using some kind of global REST service, either countries or currency, something we can use it. That can be used as a LOV, to store a value, as a lookup values. And we can also use the Oracle. There's a typo. We can also use the Oracle REST. How to define that is it took me for a long time to learn that. How to define a REST service using the Oracle applications REST service. Like where to define that link between these VB and the applications wherever that REST service is deployed. That we can see that we can also use a kind of a page using the REST service. That's all we are going to learn. Now let's we get into that how that end product look like or what you are going to learn. Then we'll start with that. Now we are in that application. Basically, it is that development area. We look at that these are the DB objects we are going to. We may not create this number of DB objects. There may be less or more. It may change a little bit because this I'm creating it for learning purpose. That may be I may little improvise the things. And we get into the application, you have a kind of a small menu item created. It's not proper. This is just to link the different pages rather than making my development page as a default. I can have one page I can get to a different page. If you are looking at that person setup, you are looking at that this is a kind of a master. It is a bit slow here. Okay, it is kind of like it has got a like you can create, edit, delete. When you create, it goes to a different page, where you can create that. That is you can come back. Then the edit goes to the page. Then you can come back here. The delete also probably getting into the page, I believe. Yeah, the same way. When you are delete, like in editing, you're probably not able to do anything. But you don't need that because here you are not allowing to save it. You don't need to disable anything actually. But I just did that to have give a bit of understanding of can't do anything. Okay, look like I deleted that. That is okay. Probably that it is refreshing. It is taking time. Okay, that's fine. This is kind of a master and like it's kind of a one page master and this one. Then if you are looking going back, we can have a kind of a back button also. You can give it that to come back. Then probably what you say here is you can have a little bit complicated way of setting it up that there's a parent, then the child, it can be minimized, then whenever you are having a child here, there's a one more child, the data change automatically. You can look at that, this kind of a parent and child, and you can edit, delete everything you can do here. It will have complicated more than a one parent and child relation. You can do that. Then what we can do here is the same thing. This is a kind of output created. We can see that okay, we look at here, and then this is kind of a list on basically the card system rather than a yet. Let me look at here. What we do here is okay to get into the data. You can see the kind of data here. And we can also look at the graphs, like how the graphs are defined here, different graphs are defined. Like if you go here, probably the graph may change, according to the date here. Then we can look at the different type of graphs and everything. We can do that. Okay, then what we do here is, okay, let me come back. Okay. And most importantly, what we are going to see here is, this is what, I haven't seen much tutorial. I've seen a few tutorial on how to edit inline, but I haven't seen how to create inline data. So somehow I managed to do that. Okay, now you are creating it. So this empty record is created. You go and just change it. You can say that a new person, something like that. You can do that. NP0, something you can do. So you can okay, now that because it is you are not coming out of the record. Once you're coming out of the record, this will says okay. I just give a this is started creating it. Okay, I create one more record just person. Okay, what I did. Where's the new person? Something I did, I don't know exactly what I did. New person, new P1. Okay, so when I come out of the record, then I can save it. Okay, it's supposed to save. The person is created. Probably it is going to refresh it because refreshing is taking time. Yeah, you can, if you want to edit that, just click that NP00 triple, I adding a one more 01. Then when I come out of the record, it allow me to just come out of that, it allow me to save it again. Okay, that information is success. If I query what happened, whether it is saved or not, I can have a look. So basically nothing but you can, the inline, that will add it, it was my testing page, that I can show you how to do that in the, yeah, it is there. Okay, everything is there. So I can, one of that, the parent child, we can incorporate that when you are learning that. That is pretty much, I believe. Okay, though I am showing it easily here and there and all the stuff, but it takes a time. I try to walk you through step by step. So probably you understand how to develop application, at least even if you cannot develop a complicated application, but definitely you can end up learning how to develop a simple application using a CRUD operations and all the stuff. Okay, let's see. That's all for the day. Then we will start doing a project and defining the objects in the next lesson. Okay, thank you. If you have any questions, comments, let me know. As I said, I am also learning. If you know a better way of doing it, please let me know. I am also going to learn something new. Okay, thank you. Bye.